Van D, a dynamic leader with decades of experience building companies and crushing sales. He's been there and done that.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Van D.
Inspiring audiences across the country to do it too. Here's Van.
Welcome, everybody, to the Van D podcast. Man, today I'm super excited because I get to spend time with Jeana Goosmann from the Goosmann Law Firm. She is a dynamic individual. I feel like I learn something every time I'm with her. Jeana, welcome.
Thanks, Van. I'm so excited to be back on your podcast for part 3 of our series.
I am super pumped also, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So our first part 1, we talked about culture, and Jeana gave some great insight. And part 2 series talked about service, and I feel like I could have taken notes just by what she had to say. But actually, this is going to be my favorite one that we talk about, because I think this is more important than anything at all, and that's community engagement. And Jeana, you seem to, I was going to say you wrote the book on community engagement, but you just recently did write a book, and it made it to the top. On day 1, when you launched it, did it make it to the top? Is that what I read?
It is a bestseller on Amazon, and it was one of the #1 new releases. The book is called Worth It by Jeana Goosmann.
Wow. And people can get it at Amazon, I take it.
Absolutely. Amazon, Worth It, Jeana Goosmann, and you'll find it. It'll pop right up. And Van is one of my testimonials. So you were one of the first to read the manuscript, and I so appreciated your feedback and your insight, Van.
Well, I tell you, the book talks a lot about the word RED, which stands for Ready, Execute, and Deliver. And I really took a lot away from reading your book. I've been reading how-to and success books and improvement my whole life, and I get so much out of it. Man, did I get a lot out of this book. Be worth it. I just really enjoyed it. So,
thanks, Van. I think it is a little bit of a fresh perspective. As an attorney, I'm the CEO's attorney, and I've taken a lot of what I've learned representing and working hand in hand with CEOs of different businesses, as well as from my own career.
Yeah, well, it's obvious because it's just an awesome book, and I've told so many people that it will benefit them. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is we're just coming off recently. Jeana Goosmann had a conference in Omaha, Nebraska, that she gathered some really incredible speakers, and one of them was Erin Brockovich. Can you tell us, first of all, it was one of the most successful conferences I've ever been to, and there was way more people than you thought were going to be there. There wasn't an empty seat in the whole building. But what was it like engaging Erin Brockovich to come and speak at your conference?
She's such an inspiration. Obviously, as a lawyer, I saw the movie early on, and her story, we all remember. She's a household name when you say Erin Brockovich, and what she stands for and her motivational talk, it really made an impact on me. Back in October of 2018, the law firm won fastest growing law firm. We were in the top 100, and she was the keynote at their awards banquet. And her message that night was, look what I did back when I did it. What's on your life's goals list, and why don't you go make it happen now? And I took that to heart, Van, and that's really what started me writing my book.
Wow. Yeah, so her speech was very impactful, but I've got to tell you, I'm a big fan of passionate people. I really love to listen to people that are passionate about what they do. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love spending time with you. You are so passionate about serving people and about helping people. And, it's not every day you see a law firm put on a gigantic event, and it really had nothing to do with law. It was just a big event, engaging people, and it was all about people learning and getting better.
It was, Van, and thank you so much for being a part of it, first of all. The Be Worth It conference brought together, we had over 300 people at the CHI Center in Omaha for our first year, and it was a tremendous success. And I think the part that I loved the most about the day was the positive energy and the synergies in the room. Mm-hmm. You felt it all day long. And for me in particular, it was exciting to take all these different individuals and companies and businesses that I've had a personal connection with and introduce them to each other, all these different thought leaders that had value to bring and value to share with one another. that was what made it so successful.
Yeah, so it's not just about attracting new clients and building Goosmann Law. You want to be recognized in the Midwest as we are engaged in our community. You're not just there to serve clients that need your services. You're there to serve the entire community.
We really want to serve the business community and those business leaders and individuals that are looking for what's new, what's fresh, and how can we benefit one another and raise each other up.
Yeah, I just love your business model. I love your thought process and your mindset, and I think so many people are going to benefit from that. Now, being involved in the community and doing these conferences, is this one you did this year? Are you going to be doing it again?
Right now, Van, we're in what I'm calling the honeymoon phase after having just had such a successful event. And I'm pretty certain, since it did go so well, that we'll do it again, Van. But right now, we're still in that honeymoon phase. Well,
I'll tell you something. It's really funny because I woke up that morning so excited to come to this conference because I saw the list of speakers you had, and I was like, wow, this is going to be an incredibly dynamic day. But one of the things I said is, I'm not doing carbs today. And I get there, and the first thing I look at is these miniature blueberry muffins.
We did have quite the food lineup, didn't we,
You
Van?
had the greatest food on the planet, and I'm laughing because
and the flowers. Did you see the flowers?
I saw the flowers. It was beyond what I expected, but I had more blueberry muffins and the biggest smile on my face. But it wasn't just listening to the speakers but it was the people that were there that came to this event, good, nice, kind human beings that really came to support you and also to learn more about being a better business person.
Absolutely. Wouldn't you agree, Van, that it was the energy that really made the day?
Yeah, it really is. And, we've talked about this for Jean is we're the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with, like it or not. You're going to inherit certain traits. You're going to, people that you spend time with, they could rub off on you and you won't even know it. But it's so important to spend time with like-minded people. And when you're involving people in the community and engaging them, you've got like-minded people there.
We did, and people that have that giving mentality as well, Van. Erin Brockovich and her message certainly is about making a big difference in the world around us. And we were also proud we had 3 nonprofit partners that were there with us that day so that we could help spread their message too to similar like-minded people.
Yeah, it's just benefiting. And here's the deal. When you benefit the community, who's not going to want to do business with you? I mean, I want to do business with good human beings that care. One of the things I did when building my company, but when I became a father 31 years ago, I was so grateful for Children's Hospital, and I wanted to do something besides write a thank you note to the doctor. There were some complications, and I was grateful everything turned out, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to just try this crazy thing out and be creative. And I started sitting on top of a roof, and I wouldn't come down till
I remember this.
Yeah, and I wouldn't come down till I raised $10,000 for Children's Hospital. Well, what it did is it not only benefited Children's Hospital, but it associated me with being involved in my community. And people would stop me on the streets, and they would say, "You're the guy that sits on a roof for Children's Hospital." Well, not to be cocky and say this is the only reason why I did it, but that was a part of it. I wanted to build my business and give back to the community at the same time. There's nothing wrong in doing that. If I can expose my business and build my company at the same time I'm giving back to the community, why not? And I feel like with your conference, with Goosmann Law being the host and the creator and putting on this event, I think it's the same concept. People are going to want to do business with your firm because of what you do for the community.
It's definitely a key focus on the community van and how can we give back and make a big impact. And I feel really blessed and grateful as a leader of a successful law firm that gives me the opportunity to make that impact, right, Van, and to be a part of the community. And I feel a sense of obligation and responsibility to do things like put on the Be Worth It conference and bring together those like-minded individuals that are thought leaders. And I couldn't think of a better way. I couldn't lunch with enough people to make all those introductions that day and share that knowledge. So that's really how the Be Worth It conference came together.
Man, was that a success. Just a great conference. I was so excited just to be part of it. And I know that you're going to be doing a lot of great things in the future, but you're right, this just ended, so you're probably not sitting there saying, and here's going to be the next one.
Well, we do have the Big Deal workshop coming up, so that would be a small mini version, I guess, of what the Be Worth It conference was similar to.
Is this Big Deal workshop, is that for anybody, or is that just a limited number of people?
It will be about 100 people on October 24th here in Omaha. It's actually going to be held at the Core Bank, and Van's one of our speakers. So,
yay, me.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
We're
That's
excited.
worth coming to just for that
It
alone,
is.
to hear
It
Van.
is. And it's at beworthit.com or where people can register for the workshop, Van. And it's focused on how to do big deals. So I'm going to be focusing on the mindset of what you need to be a part of in order to have the right state of mind. Amy Lau will be focusing on negotiations. And then our partner Lutz for the day, they're a presenting sponsor. They're going to be focused on mergers and acquisitions. And then Van is obviously a king of doing big deals, and he's going to share some of his great secrets of success.
I can't wait. It's all about building relationships. So that's great. I didn't know that this could be open to the public, that they could register, but you're only taking 100 people.
That's right.
So I know the new Core Bank, and I've seen the room that this is going to be, and what a great facility and what a great location.
It's right across the street from our office on 180th and Dodge, and they do have a beautiful new facility with this gorgeous space in it that we thought would be perfect for holding the Big Deal workshop.
So can you tell the audience again of how they can register, please?
BeWorthIt.com.
BeWorthIt.com, and it's October 24th. Is it all day?
It's a half day.
Half day.
It'll go morning through the lunch period of time. And I'm sure that there will be some networking opportunities over lunch for people. And again, bringing together those business leaders, those thought leaders that want to do big sales, or they want to have a big transaction, or whatever it is. If you're thinking big and you're acting big, how do you make it happen?
Well, I want to tell you, we're actually, everything we talk about, Jeana, is what the whole concept and the basis for The Secret was put on. When the book The Secret, the movie The Secret, the concept The Secret, I'm actually listening to those tapes in my car.
I listen to them all the time,
Yeah,
Van.
it's so true. It blows me away when I listen to this. And I don't know when it first came out. I'm real bad with time. What was it?
Law of Attraction is as old as time.
Exactly. But when I'm listening to this stuff in my car, because my trial membership for Sirius Radio ended, and I'm not going to subscribe because I'm too cheap, so I'm listening to my tapes now. But so it's so true that being around, here's what I get a lot out of that, is being around like-minded people. At your conference you had at the CHI Center, there were 300 plus like-minded people. People that are strong business people, or they wanted to be involved in the community. They treat people well. They want to build relationships. So that's what I love, and why I'm so excited about coming to this one on October 24th is because I know it's going to be around like-minded people. And it's contagious. It's crazy how being around it, listening to these podcasts, it just brings you into that universe. It really does benefit you when you're listening or seeing like-minded people.
And when you're with that positivity, Van, you're more likely to have an idea click or really learn something new from somebody else. And then when you get those thoughts, it helps lead you in that new direction. And if I can be just a small part of helping someone else be successful in their life, that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, and see, that's why I love your book so much, is because that has stuck with me. I've never heard it put that way. Ready, execute, deliver. And I started thinking about that after I read your book, and I'm saying to myself, isn't that what we're supposed to do every day? Aren't we supposed to get ready and then get our plan, execute it, and then deliver it? every industry, can benefit from the things that you're doing, not just writing books, but putting on these conferences.
And coming to the Big Deal Workshop or coming to Be Worth It is part of how people get ready, right, Van?
Exactly.
Is learning
It's
new
a tool.
concepts, learning tools, meeting new people, and finding out who are those that can help lift you up and raise you up to be successful. That's part of what it takes to be ready. And you never stop getting ready. And then learning some tips on how to execute, because there are techniques. If you negotiate really well, learning how to be a better negotiator. Don't we all negotiate all day long?
All day long, exactly. Actually, at your last conference, I collected 14 business cards of people that I want to get to know. And now this is me. I came right back and I wrote them all handwritten notes. All 14 people. I really recommend. I did it the same day because I had the time. Just great to meet you. This could have gone on. This could have gone on the service podcast, part 2. But
the power of a handwritten note.
Oh my gosh! And I've been doing it forever because I know most people don't. I've always wanted to separate myself from the business pack. Let's be different, and let's be worth it. So the October 24th conference that's coming up, and only 100 people get to go to it. Biggest question for me is there going to be blueberry muffins? Because if not, I'm going to bring my own.
I think we're going to need to have blueberry muffins. I will tell the event planner, blueberry muffins for Van.
Or don't. Or even don't. And that'd be fine with that too. So I'm super excited about this October 24th. That's coming up. And I hope the people that are listening just get on it and get on the website and sign up, because it's just, as you say, it's worth it.
And as a business leader, don't you need to get refreshed every now and again,
absolutely. Van? Yeah, I need to get, people say to me, you motivate people, you're a motivational speaker, inspire and empower people. What motivates you? And it's this, Jeana. It's being around like-minded people. It's going to these conferences like the ones that you put on, that Goosmann Law puts on. That motivates me, because I get to listen to other perspectives. I do a lot of consulting. Not that the leaders in the company don't know what to do, but they want an outside voice. Well, when I come to your conferences, I'm hearing nothing but outside voices, and I'm incorporating some of the things that they're saying into my daily routine.
I believe it's all about the experience. And when you have that positive, powerful experience, it makes an imprint on you. And I think they talk about the experience economy today, and we're really living that. And when somebody comes to the Be Worth It conference or Big Deal Workshop, you get to experience those speakers and those other individuals and really be a part of that thought leadership community.
I totally agree. And, I really believe that we create our own economy just by doing these things. We create our own economy.
It's momentum.
It really is. And we need this kind of stuff. I know that I can be in a lull, and then I can go spend time with like-minded people in the community, and man, I'm on fire again. And it can be just one little thing that sparks me, like the content in your book, Be Worth It. And I encourage everybody to go and purchase that. Can you tell? We're about ready to wrap this up, Jeana. Can you tell the audience again how to order your book?
On Amazon, the book is called Worth It by Jeana Goosmann.
There you go. That'll get it. And Jeana, I've got to tell you, it's always too short a time when I get to see you. You're a very busy woman, but you make time for things that are worth it. Yeah. And I'm grateful that you did this podcast with me, these 3 podcasts with me over time. And so I encourage everybody to listen to the first podcast, which we talked about culture, and the second podcast, which we talked about service, and then this one, getting involved in our community, going to conferences, meeting people, learning constantly. And I'm super excited about October 24th and your big conference there at Core Bank out 180th and Dodge in Omaha, Nebraska. I want to say to everybody today, thank you for tuning in on this 3-part series. If you ever have a need that you need an experienced attorney to help you and to be resourceful with whatever your needs are, I highly encourage you to call the good people at Goosmann Law. So please, after this podcast, rate, review, and subscribe so you always get my latest content. So grateful you're here today, and thank you for tuning in to the Van D Podcast.
A Parkville Media Production.